Now, after getting a little bit familiar with Facebook targeting, let's take an example and let's work on it deeply. Let's suppose you are selling a golf-related product or service. You might be a golf coach, or you might be selling an online course teaching golf tactics for beginners, or you might be a local business selling golf equipment. So you need to target golf players. So first thing I would do is to draw a table like this one. Now I need to search for golf players. If you are familiar with golf a little bit, you would know the name Tiger Woods. He's one of the most famous golf players. What most advertisers will just do is to go to Facebook and target Tiger Woods. And this is a huge mistake. Because if we say to Facebook to target people interested in Tiger Woods, these people might be just fans who watch golf and not necessarily play golf, or they might be Tiger Woods fans only. So you have to choose a golf player that's less known than Tiger Woods. That's why we are going to Google and we are going to type golf player and see what we will find. So here we have the official golf ranking page. Let's check what we have here. So we are searching for not two famous golf players, but also we need known golf players to be able to target them on Facebook. Because if we choose an unknown one, we are not going to be able to target him on Facebook. So we need a player in the middle, someone famous enough to be within Facebook interests, but not too famous so anyone will know him. So we are going to try some of these names and see how many people are interested in them. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to copy the name and I'm going to paste it in here in Facebook Audience Insights. And here we notice that we have 300K of 350K of people interested in this name. So we are going to keep this player and I'm going to try a different one. Let's try this one, for example. Here we have a smaller audience of 80K to 90K, but it's okay, I'm going to keep this name also. Now I'm going to try a different one. Here we have an audience of 100K to 150K, also a good audience. You can search for names with bigger audience if you want, but this audience is fine with me. I'm going to remove it and I'm going to try a different one, like this one, for example. You can try any names you want, it's up to you. And I'm going to paste it in here. Here we have a larger audience of 500K to 600K and I'm going to keep it. So now we have the names of our 4 players and we are going to write them inside of our table. So now, after having all these names, we are going to create our first audience and we are going to tell Facebook to target people interested in golf and in at least one of the other players we have put in this table. This is what we call flex targeting when we use the and condition. And that's how we have narrowed our targeting. A person that's interested in golf and in at least one of our players is more likely to be a golf player than someone who's only interested in Tiger Woods. Narrowing your audience is very important because in this way you can make sure that you are targeting the right audience. We can also go to behavior and choose engaged shoppers. Facebook knows who are the people who shop online the most, so why not targeting them? You can also play around and create different audiences. For example, you can create an audience composed of people who are interested in Tiger Woods, people who are interested in golf, and people who are also interested in at least one of our 4 players. There are many options that you can work with. That's why it's very important to create several audiences, to test them, and to choose the best one for you. Now let's move on to golf magazines, and let's type on Google top golf magazines in USA. Let's try each one of these magazines on Facebook Insights and see what numbers we will get. So, we will start by Golf Digest. This one has 1.5 million persons, which is a great number. Let's move to Golf Magazine. This one has 350K to 400K, which is also a very good number. Let's try the third one, Golf Course Architecture. Well, this one is not on Facebook Insights, so we are going to skip it. For Golf Week magazine, we have 250K to 300K, which is also a good number, so we are going to keep it. So now I can create a flex targeting audience composed of people who are interested in Golf Digest and people interested in at least one of the other magazines, and they are also engaged. You will be doing for golf stores, golf books, and golf clubs. Using this method, you will be having between 5 to 10 audiences between 100K to 500K persons. You can also use this to exclude a certain type of people, which is also a very important option. For example, you can exclude people with 2G connection because if their connection is poor, they will be having problems to access your content and do the conversion action desired. You can also exclude older devices and operating systems. If someone has a very old phone, it will not be easy for him to go to your store and make a purchase. So in order to reduce your spending, it's better to exclude these people unless you are advertising for them in order to sell them a new phone. You can also exclude Facebook pages admins, so in this way your competitors will not be able to see your ads. Also here you have the connection section. For example, you can choose to target only people who already liked your page. You can target the friends of people liking your page, or you can exclude people who like your page. Let me give you an example. Let's say you are a consultant that helps local business to grow online. You can target local business owners. If you have an online course and you want to sell the people who want to boost their online businesses, you have to target people who are fans of Gary Vee and Tony Robbins, for example, and people who are admins of business pages, because you don't only need to target people who follow and enjoy the content of Gary Vee, you want them to have an online business also. That's why we target admins of Facebook business pages, because most probably they spend some money on Facebook ads, so they are more likely going to buy your product. The audience section is extremely important for your business. Choosing the right audience and putting time and effort in this section will definitely help you get more sales and leads. I recommend you to take your time understanding and mastering this section. See which targeting could be relevant to you and to your store. Hopefully you enjoyed this lecture. Stay tuned and meet me in the next one.